fucking live right now. We have no fucking clue. We're totally.
We have him live via satellite from Los Angeles. All right, this should be Michael Richards. Michael, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Hi, Michael. Welcome to the show.
Hello, hi.
How you doing?
I'm not doing too good.
Yeah. Why don't you explain exactly what happened for the folks who may not know?
I lost my temper on stage. I was at a comedy club trying to do my act, and I got heckled, and I took it badly and went into a rage, and said some pretty nasty things to some Afro-Americans, a lot of trash talk, and
stop laughing. That's fun.
And what was you were actually being heckled, or were they just talking and disturbing the act?
that was going on too.
Uh-huh.
Well, that was awkward.
I love Jerry in the background. Stop laughing. It's not funny.
The best part is that laughter was not added in. That was the actual laughter from the fucking interview. Just people laughing at him trash talking some Afro-Americans.
I think Afro-American is actually just as racist as what he said originally.
Yeah, he made it worse. Like Patrice O'Neill was talking about it. He was like, man, if you would have just like not said anything, you could have like excused it as being some kind of weird fucking performance art you were trying to do.
I'm not funny, okay? I tried to go for shock value and it didn't work out.
Trash.
Wow. Trash talking. Wow. Well, I mean, he's basically been forgiven for it. I think his career is actually picking back up now.
But enough about Hulk Hogan.
So better late than never.
He's on the Jericho.
Yeah, you know, better late than never for Michael Richards. Better late than never, I guess.
That's going to be the next commercial we see for his beer. It's going to be Hogan and Michael Richards.
Oh, that would not go good for him. You might want to try doing something with Snoop Dogg. Right now, he's like the most famous. Like he's like America's grandfather right now.
Yeah.
Hogan and Michael Richards are in a car driving to the liquor store to pick up like a case of Hogan's beer, and they like stop at one that has like fucking a bulletproof glass on there, or the bars on the windows, and then they just keep driving. It's like, nope, you don't want to go with that one, brother.
Snoop and Martha Stewart have been having little bits together for the Olympics and shit, and they were sitting there watching dressage together, and Snoop's going on about how he loves horses now, and this is his new favorite sport, and it's like, wow, congratulations, Snoop. Martha Stewart is blacker than you now.
Yeah. Hey, she's done time. I mean,
yep.
She's done time.
What's up, Norab?
What's going on?
Hello.
Yeah, but I mean, they have a cooking show together, those two. You know that?
Yeah, I thought maybe he just did like a guest appearance or something. I seen like a clip of it online once. I didn't realize they do a consistent show together.
Yeah, they actually do a cooking show together. They do commercials together. They are selling Bic lighters together.
He's definitely banging Martha Stewart.
Well, whatever you got to do to keep it real for the boys.
Keep it relevant.
Keep it wet. I don't know. Anyway, folks, this is actually Wrestling Outlet. I don't know if you know that. This is Wrestling Outlet. I am.
Yeah.
Which means I've got these wonderful gentlemen across from me. The one in orange, he's blinding me with science and his light. So, what's up, my man?
Like it's some early runner in the night. How about it? That is I am Smark, Voice of Generation. How are you?
Not bad. And of course, joining us as usual, what is up, my man Cheese?
What's up, fellas? Thank you for having me again. My time runs short here on Wrestling Outlet. Tits is coming back soon, but I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of these last few weeks for sure.
It's been fun. The shows have been interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you guys won't go get so sidetracked anymore once I'm gone. Not known for keeping shit in line.
That happened without you too. That happened without you. I'm not very good at keeping on track either. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but yeah.
Jesus Christ, why is Nora already going on about Stuttering John?
Oh my God, he's a braggart about his life. He loves to tell everyone he was a part of Mensa, which makes his grades silly. John Melendez was in Mensa. That's good to know.
Yeah, with Raven.
I thought he was in NAMBLA.
Maybe that too. That might be what he means. You might just have the letters mixed up.
Yes, Nora, I hope you're doing well as well.
Yes, I'm doing good.
I
was
think
everyone? Let's check it.
All doing okay. Not bad, I guess.
Right on.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. But I guess we can start talking something we don't usually talk. A little WWE. Now my dog wants back in the fucking.
Dogs are fun.
Will we talk Bobby Lashley's contract expiring this week? I think it expires this weekend. And I mean, look, say what you want, but the guy is 48 years old. He's not.
Yeah.
He's no spring chicken. I like Bobby Lashley too. He has a great story. They literally could use that story about the whole the military background, all that. But that's not what they want him for. That's not what they would ever going to do with him. And honestly, it would seem like pandering at this point in time. So what? I mean, I feel bad for the guy, but don't think AEW wouldn't pick him up, no matter what is. No matter.
WWE did offer to renew his contract, but it wasn't for an extent or like substantial amount of money. So he was like, "No, I'm going to go check out my options elsewhere." Like, well, good luck. Like Box said, you're getting up there in age. You're not worth fucking millions upon millions upon millions of dollars, unless you go see Tony Khan.
Yeah, or TNA, which is where he was really good in TNA when he was in there. Like I said, that fucking entrance of his with the fucking motor running, the music and everything. It was great. He was great.
Yeah, I just don't see him getting a bigger offer from TNA though than he got from WWE. Even if he did turn down the WWE offer, I'm pretty sure TNA probably can't offer him more than what they did.
Well, maybe they'll put better food and catering.
There you go.
I mean, you
I might be. You do have to look at the bright side. I might be in the minority on this one, which is perhaps a poor choice of words. But I would actually like to see him in AEW, just because, like we were talking about before, we were talking about like in the group chat, like we used to talk about WWE, and then we switched to talk about just about AEW, mainly so that we didn't have to sit through 3 fucking wrestling shows a week. But for me, one of the straws that broke the camel's back was when they disbanded the Hurt Business, because like they were trying to get that fucking, what was that? That fucking shitty stable that like everyone was terrible.
Business, yeah.
Revolution, whatever it was called. Retribution.
Yeah, that's it.
They pushed them to death, and they didn't get over, but the Hurt Business got over, and then they got mad at the Hurt Business for getting over it. And then they
Retribution, that's the one.
Yes, there's a big lag. That's not good. And that's what made me stop watching. That was one of the things that made me want to stop watching. It was just like, anytime I've liked something, motherfuckers take it away. So it'd be cool if, and they have like everybody that was with the Hurt Business is like available at the moment. MVP's available, Lashley's available, Shelton's available, Cedric Alexander's available. I don't really care if they pick him or not, but all the pieces are out there.
Yeah. I mean, over the past year, the WWE has actually done a lot better at. Sorry. Yeah, there is a big lag going. That's going to be fun. But, yeah, over the last year, WWE has gotten a lot better at sticking to focusing on stories, making stories go good. When a wrestler's getting over with the crowd, they promote them. They don't just push them down because of it. I don't know. They're outside of fucking Judgment Day and the Bloodline. No factions really getting over. Karrion Kross has his little faction, the Final Testament. They're not going anywhere. The crowd does not give a fuck in the slightest about them.
No,
So,
not at all. Box, I'm going to do something real quick and see if this helps. There,
Wow.
Maybe that's going to be better.
Yeah, that was like we were like Hollywood Squares there for a second. That was kind of weird. That was crazy. But what's even crazier is MVP is out there calling Triple H a coward and a liar. So I don't know.
And a racist.
Well, everyone is calling they're calling him Triple K, not Triple H.
I mean, the Maltese crosses probably are doing him a lot of favors. But
you know, it's got a different meaning. What you think? Do some research. You're misinformed.
if I was so racist, why would I bang Bianca Belair?
Yeah.
okay, so
what? Okay.
NORAD was that before we get even worse. We got to like kind of temper that. We got to sprinkle the racism in. We got like 2 hours to go. We'll get there. We'll hit all the points. NORAD was asking if we were going to talk about the AEW incident with MJF and Britt Baker. We weren't, but there's sort of differing opinions out there, and I wanted to see what Cheese thought. If Cheese knows, I don't know if you really bother or care about the fucking goings and comings of the locker room in AEW, but there was some debate as to whether or not it was like a legitimate thing that happened or if it was an angle. Box was kind of leaning towards it being an angle. I was leaning towards it being legitimate. Of just apparently Britt Baker was talking shit about MJF and Will Ospreay, like their match going an hour, and MJF's fiance overheard it and like threw a fit, and then Britt Baker got suspended.
Well, yeah, I heard she went back and told MJF, and then it ended up in that altercation between Britt and MJF, and Britt got suspended.
Punched a wall.
A wall was punched. Oh my god, I didn't know all that.
Well, it's funny because apparently he punched a wall, and then somebody posted a screen cap from, I want to say, Collision, of MJF having just like terrible back knee, if you will. Just connect the dots.
That's from punching a wall?
Well, punching a wall and having back knee. They're implying that he's on the roids.
Yeah, the roid rage, and then the back knee. Yep.
Baby. Now Britt Baker is saying this is total bullshit. She's like, do you ever hear a rumor about yourself and go, oh wow, what did I do next? So she's basically saying it's total bullshit, the story.
Just to be like, yeah, it's total bullshit. I'm never actually involved in any interesting feuds. Why would this happen?
Yeah, my first initial thought was like, of course MJF doesn't get any shit for it, but they suspend Britt. And then I remembered the whole Thunder Rosa thing, and I was like, wait, yeah, fuck Britt. Fucking shit, talking troublemaker. Learn how to keep your mouth shut. You're the dentist. You say You don't have to open your mouth.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. But I just don't know. Some of these stories seem almost too stupid. It's like, this is fucking ridiculous. These are fucking... I mean, I think they're adults. They don't act like it. The whole place sounds like a fucking middle school 90% of the time, with, you know, Tony Khan being the shitty principal who doesn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But it is some fucking schoolyard bullshit that you hear coming out of there a lot.
It is. And, you know, for a while we weren't hearing anything. And then this comes out, and I don't know. And you got Tony Khan on every fucking podcast that's done in a fucking basement with Cheetos and Mountain Dew scattered around. He says the dumbest things on some of the...
Uh-oh.
Bad connection in the garage.
Listen, you're going to have to put a new AOL 200-hour disk.
I just think a lot of this bullshit.
The thing is, it's not jumping forward.
Yeah, not to be a dick, but you keep cutting out like we didn't hear any of that. Basically, you were like Cheeto's basement, and then Tony Khan gets found out and like slowed your internet down. He throttled you.
What? Tony Khan fucked me up. You son of a bitch. He's hacking me. Tony Khan's a hacker.
Yep. That son of a bitch.
Paid some kid to hack me.
Well, I like how
Sammy Khan.
I
Sammy
guess
Callahan.
I'll jump ahead a little bit because it's not even a big deal. But this week on fucking Dynamite, Shivani gets up on the Titantron. He's like, "Oh, Tony Khan has overruled the Bucks suspension." I was like, "Oh, so he's got the power to overrule them now." But like a couple months ago, when it was convenient for storyline, he didn't have the power to overrule them on things. Weird.
I just wanted to hug Tony for getting up. I'm like, "Oh, Schiavone, you beautiful man. Thank you for interrupting this dribble."
For real.
The funny part about that was like you had Mercedes cutting the promo. She's like, "Don't any of you start chanting for Britt Baker to come out here." The crowd just collectively went, "Okay, we won't. No worries."
Yeah, don't worry about it. Schiavone's got our back, but no, that her.
Like we're all fucking playing on our phone. We're not listening to you talk anyway. So
she has got to learn that the cadence she had in WWE needs to be changed because the crowd here is not the same. They don't ooh and ah every time you pause, and they're not going to because first of all, you're not saying anything interesting, and they're just not going to do it. It's just it's so. She is not good on promos anymore. She never was.
She's not good. Period.
No, she's just. I don't know if she got too full of herself or what, but she is just downright annoying at this point. Just get rid of her and give me more Camille.
There you go. Yeah.
Norab says there was also 2 stories floating around that Britt got mad that Mariah May was using the sling blade. Were they both fucking Jay White? Oh wait, that's the switchblade. My bad.
Yeah, I think maybe maybe Britt Baker needs to go to TNA.
Just stick to being a fucking dentist. You'll make enough money anyway. The money you've made from TNA already, or TNA, AEW already, and what you make being a dentist, you don't need to fucking wrestle anymore.
Not if she's causing bullshit like this.
Right. Clearly, she's not fucking happy doing it if she's got to bitch and complain this much. Of course, some women, I guess that is what makes them happy, is bitching and complaining.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
Did I say some women? I meant all women. Did I say all? My bad. I meant all. Shit, I did again.
So, SummerSlam.
The amendment allowing women to vote. Until then, not a woman here could vote no matter what age. But the 19th Amendment struck down that restrictive rule.
Why they go and do that?
Why they go and do that? That's great. I'm glad that's set up for that.
Those were good. Those were good. Those were funny. I used to watch those all the time when I come home from the bar.
To your point, though, it's kind of interesting. Like you were talking about the Mercedes not being able to cut a promo and needing to change your cadence. It reminded me of that shit of like you remember when the pandemic happened and like the first like episode was SmackDown, and like you could tell who actually had experience outside of WWE and who didn't based on like how they were performing for the crowd, because there was like people cutting promos and like expected crowd reaction and there was just nothing, literally nothing. So just like long awkward pauses. Like I like her and I think she does good promos, she does good character work, but like Bayley stuck out. She was like one of the first people that came out and she was a heel at the time, and she like said something and then waited for crowd reaction and it was just dead silence and it was just so uncomfortable.
She stares out at nobody, the screens in the fucking crowd. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. And nobody said anything.
Drew was waving to the screens the first couple times he came down.
He's just slapping high fives and there's nobody there.
He's waving and pointing.
You would think
all right. I'm the fucking champion. High five. I'm a champion.
You with a 30-inch screen. Nice.
Yeah.
You with a 24-inch screen. Little.
I like your background.
He's just like cutting a promo, and he's just looking at the fucking Thunderdome crowd. It's like picture of Benoit, picture of Knox's asshole, picture of heading.
Wow.
Yep.
This is awesome. This connection is great.
I'll reset you if you. It seemed like it helped the first time.
All right, you can reset.
There you go.
I don't mind being reset.
No, you've been reset.
I'd like to actually reset myself. That'd be wonderful.
I'd like to reset the last fucking 10 years of my life.
That would make things a lot easier on me. Just reset shit. I like that. See, help me out already. Britt also told Will Washington that she wouldn't take direction from him. Well,
And apparently Will Washington is part of Tony's writing team.
I was just gonna say, I don't know who the fuck Will Washington is.
I think we actually talked about Will Washington joining the writing team, but I'm not sure when. Okay, so she won't. So she's all right. So let me get this straight. Britt Baker is not only ratting out Britt Baker is not only ratting out, basically being ratted out on, but she's also not taking direction. And okay, so why is she still there at all? Like, you fire a person like that.
I mean, sometimes you give them a fucking vacation and they come back and you make them champion. Jack Perry.
I still say CM Punk chose to take care of that in that moment, and you gotta. I'm sorry. Perry did something stupid. Punk made the choice to deal with it the way he did and when he did.
Yeah. And they also came to Punk, said, "We need you to help fix this because he won't listen to any of us about anything." So I'm saying, just kind of like Britt Baker's doing, huh?
Talk about needing a reset. The whole fucking company sounds like it needs a reset.
Yeah. Cody needs to go back 10 years and find a different promoter. Hi, I'm Tony Khan. Nope, not taking that meeting. Anybody else interested?
Elon. It couldn't be any worse.
Yeah, it can't be any worse. I mean, other than, then you would see nonstop AEW commercials all over fucking X. He'd still buy Twitter.
He's squeezing way too hard. Oh, Lene, go tell mommy.
He's playing dead.
No, he is.
No, he isn't. I can see his eyes open.
Yeah, his eyes are open. They're very open. Can you? Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Go hold him. Bring him to mommy.
Lost a quail, huh?
Well, as long as she's not trying to sell it to anyone.
I was just gonna say, our pets' heads are falling off.
Yeah, it's definitely dead.
I hope that wasn't Doug.
Oh no!
I don't know who it was. I just go tell your mother. I'm doing shit. Yeah, it was definitely a dead quail. But anyway,
you jinxed it. Beginning of the show, he's like, "Oh, we don't have any dead animals to talk about." Well, here you go. Here's one live on air.
I wish I would have thought it quickly enough to just like full screen that at that moment.
She was so happy to be carrying it around.
He's just playing dead. Oh shit!
Yeah, he's the winner of that game.
He's really fucking good at it.
Wow, he wins.
Like, what the fuck's his name? Was it Tom Sizemore? Fucking Natural Born Killers when he's choking the hooker. I'm just playing.
I don't know, babe. She just thought he was playing dead. Will you stop that, Smark?
Blow up the awkwardness.
Just lean right on into it.
Oh, jeez. All right, let's talk a little bit about Summer. Is that the only one? Okay, yeah, it's the only dead one. SummerSlam.
It's the only one playing dead.
That's right.
Kayfabe, brother. Kayfabe.
Let's talk about SummerSlam, guys. I did see the highlights and a little more. I saw Jelly Roll. I didn't see Jelly Roll's performance, but I did see the choke slam, which Undertaker was proud of that one.
Yeah, his performance though, that was definitely in the other category, highlights and others, because that wasn't really a highlight for sure.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Was she a great big fat person?
Yes, he was.
Oh, y'all are wrong. Oh, maybe she was. Another one in her hand.
It felt weird that the performance was sponsored by insulin.
Diabetes test strips. He said insulin.
They bring back the fucking guy in the fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch costume from WrestleMania. Jelly Roll chases after him.
Yeah, they should have had the old Slim Jim guy running around. Eat me.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, those things will give you diabetes? Hold on. Love those things.
Slim Jim. I don't know. I think Slim Jim's fairly decent.
Nah, I think there's some sugar in those, I believe.
Let's say the Cinnamon Toast Crunch will definitely give you diabetes.
That one. That one. Dig up
diabetes.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Dig up old Wilford Brimley. Have him sit there for a while.
Got the beatus.
You got the diabetes. Sometimes that happens. So I guess what we'll do is we'll start down here at the top. Now, we actually, for us not covering this WWE and not watching full time, we nailed about everything.
Oh, I gotta admit, I've been watching pretty full time lately.
I haven't, and we still nailed it.
Yeah.
We did. We pretty much called the whole Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley match with exactly how Dom was getting involved, which Cheese was the early man on that one.
Yeah, like I said, that's the whole keeping up with it. The bit a couple weeks ago on Raw where Dom told off Liv and said he hated her, he ruining my life, go the fuck away, and she fake cried and walked off, and that was the end of it. I was like, oh, that was way too clean and simple. He's definitely turning on Rhea and fucking Liv. And sure enough, he turned on Rhea. And now appears to be fucking Liv. I mean, obviously not in real life. Otherwise, Dom's doing real good.
We'll see.
Yeah, Liv is on the market. She was dumb enough to post some kind of public thing saying she's looking for a boyfriend. It's like, oh, you don't do that. Have you met Sonya Deville? She's still in the company. You had to have met her.
There they are. They're back.
Mm-hmm.
You may need to reset the Boxman again.
Oh, thank you. Y'all just did them.
Yep. We're going to have to do that. Okay, there we go. And we're good. And I was seeing a lot. There's a lot of posts and photos and videos and shit of from CJ Perry on social media of her taking photos and videos with Liv Morgan promos playing in the background, and they hang out with each other and shit. So either she's just really out there trying to support her friend, or she's exploring other options.
Either way,
or she's really, really trying to get back into WWE, but I don't think that shit's happening.
Either way,
that good.
Either way, the support is fine.
I was really hoping Tony Khan would be like do the funny thing and just like when they split up and he ended up firing Hero. That'd be fucking hilarious. You're not using him anyway. You might as well just go ahead and mark Mero.
He should have, and then started dating Lana.
Well, there is that like clip of her from like one of the movies she was in where there's a guy doing coke off her tits. So I mean, she's already like primed for the Tony Khan experience.
I was gonna say, fucking Tony took her on a date, and she did more of his coke than he did. He's like, "This ain't gonna work out."
I watched that fucking Bruce Willis movie she was in the other day. Just had it on in the background while I was doing shit around the house. I think it was Cosmic Sin? I think it might be.
But this motherfucker hasn't seen Apollo 13.
No, but it's on my watch list. I think I've watched 3 movies this week. The kids went back to school this week, and it's been.
Damn! Oh yeah, Texas. I forgot. Y'all go back real early and then get out early too, compared to up here in the north.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
It started here too.
Oh shit! We still got 2 weeks from Monday.
You guys go
back
back
their first day back?
Right before,
yeah.
Right after Labor Day.
Right before.
Right
dumbly
before.
enough. And what's the point of going back to school the week before Labor Day? Like, just fucking wait an extra 5 days, give them the Labor Day off, and start the week on Tuesday. Fucking stupid.
Yeah. Oh, are y'all doing the 4? Oh, okay. Are you guys doing 4 days there, or are you 5 days a week there?
5 days a week. But I was saying, like, if you wait and start it the day after Labor Day, then you start off with a 4-day week because, obviously they get Labor Day off.
They just started doing 4-day weeks here. They have every Monday off, and it's fucking.
Yeah, I'm sure parents all over the fucking state are loving that. Motherfucker, I don't get 5 days.
They were complaining. A lot of parents were complaining. They can't just take a Monday off,
Right.
So, but
it's hard enough to make arrangements over the entire summer. Now you got to fucking factor in a Monday in there year round.
So, a lot of people complain. They did it anyway. I guess it's better on the teachers, but they're there from like 8 to 4.
I think paying them would be better.
It's called an 8-hour day.
Poor kids. I mean, they eat lunch at like 11 o'clock, and then the rest of the day, they're, they don't get another fucking snack for the rest of the day.
Right. Maybe they'll fucking factor that in there somewhere.
Yeah, my daughter eats lunch at 10:30. By the time she gets home, she's like, I want this. I want grapes. I want nuggets. I want dino nuggets. I want T-Rexes. It's like, oh my God.
And I want it right fucking now.
Yeah, she's dying by the time. And then, dinner time. But
maybe if you would feed her, she would stop like snapping quail. She's taking it upon herself. She's foraging. She's a hunter. Nice
quail. Oh, this one's playing dead. She's gonna pull its feathers out and warm up the fire.
She's never squeezed one to death, so I don't think she did that.
There's a fucking quail corpse in an easy bake oven in her room.
Don't even.
She's preparing her snack for when she gets home tomorrow.
We are missing a couple quails, but I'm not sure where they are. Poor Bob has dementia. Oh, that's not good. I didn't know that. I didn't see that. But that's sad for old Backlund there.
When you're somebody who's like certifiably crazy, does it take longer to like people to realize that you have dementia?
I was just gonna say, like, man, he was playing that gimmick for a long time, huh?
Mm-hmm. You just had dementia the entire time. That would explain a lot.
Sometimes art imitates life, guys.
Sure.
Indeed.
We were
all right. So,
talking about something.
I think we were gonna move on for the next match. We talked Rhea and Liv.
Well, we barely did. We did, like I said, we had called. Basically, that's how it was going to go. Dom is living his best life. I mean, he went from a storyline with Rhea, now he's in a storyline with Liv. His fucking wife is hot. This guy's just got hot women everywhere in his life.
Who's his actual wife? Like, is she somebody, or just like it's just a random chick that happens to be hot?
I think she's just a random hot chick. I don't think she's anyone famous or a wrestler or anything. I don't think.
Even better.
So
it's more likely to work out for him in the long run. Then
man, he's doing well in life right now. He's
that's impressive considering he looks like fucking mid-90s Eddie. Eddie Guerrero. And Eddie ended up with Vicky, so I mean, Dom's doing much better.
Eddie Guerrero. Guerrero. Yes. All right. So I guess we did talk about that, but
holy shit! I just realized that he did that. I just realized that Eddie Guerrero basically did the male version of like what Trish Stratus was doing. Because if you saw Trish Stratus's husband, he was just like this frumpy-looking fat dude. So it's like, well, you know that he's not cheating while you're on the road, because like you're not trading in, you're not improving your situation.
Yeah.
This is your lot in life. You're just fucking you won.
Right, you peaked.
Don't press the whammy button again. Yeah.
Oh, and Rhea's Mel Gibson impression from Lethal Weapon, popping her arm back in.
Oh yeah. I actually enjoyed that. I was wondering that when she was playing like it's out of socket. I'm like, oh, is she gonna do a fucking spot where she pops it back into place? And she's sitting over there screaming in front of the fucking announce booth. I'm like, oh, is this it? Here it comes.
It's gotten millions and millions of views.
Yeah. To be fair, I thought she was originally just gonna walk over to the post and like, bah! But she chose to just ram the fucking announce table instead.
And then pull her arm back, which was weird, but it definitely helped the match. It just made the match better, and my God, that was just, I haven't seen much sexier than that in a while. Just a chick will pop her shoulder back in and go back to fighting. And with ass like that, I'll tell you. Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn. I think we all picked Breaker for that one. Breaker is now the WWE champion.
Yes, we all did pick Braun. Oh, and for the last match, Smark actually went with Rhea, so Smark didn't win that match.
Yep, I took the L number. I was hoping they were going to stay together, like two crazy kids in love.
Aww. You know, sometimes you gotta just let it go. If it comes back, it was meant to be, Smark.
They'll just have to bring back Buddy Murphy now. It can be her actual husband.
You never know. You never know. LA Knight did defeat Logan Paul. I think we all expected that after Logan Paul's little tirade about the Olympics. So we have a new United States champion. I mean, even with Brass Knuckles being involved, Machine Gun Kelly and his, I don't know what kind of style to call what he has, but God, he looks ridiculous.
He has no style. He's like a fucking splatter of everything. It's like the music genres. He can't figure out what he wants to be. He was a rapper, and then he decided to go after Eminem, and Eminem smoked him, and he was like, all right, well, I'm going to go play rock and roll, and then immediately tried to fucking start some shit with Slipknot, and Slipknot fucking put him back in his place, and now I think he's done with music. He's got enough of a name to go off of, and I don't think he's making shit anymore.
Slipknot's a bad band to go after because Corey Taylor's actually a very intelligent human being and will fuck you up. He's got that Henry Rollins will fuck you up.
And not to mention you're going into the genre from rap wearing pink, so you're not likely to get a lot of fans behind you, but then you go after Slipknot and their fans are fucking crazy, so yeah, very poor choice. You should have went after like Blink-182 or something. That's a little more your speed.
Yeah, it's like telling Pantera fans Dimebag sucks. You might as well just fucking you committed suicide.
Yeah. Vinny and Dimebag better be glad they're dead. Otherwise, I beat both their asses at the same time. Like, oh. I can see him saying something like that. And it's like, oh, but you're going to die. Someone is going to get you in one of those audiences.
It's like going after Slash for guitar. Don't even.
That hat's fair game, though.
Yeah. Well, you got it. I mean, it's him though, dude. It's him. It was the 80s, man. Everybody was coked up and fucked up. Come on.
Yeah.
He didn't know how big that hat was back then. It looked like a fucking little miniature hat. He didn't know. So here was the next match here real quick was Nia Jax defeating Bayley. This is the one I picked Bayley. I don't think any of us picked Nia to win this.
No, we all stuck with Bayley. I thought Bayley would win it and Tiffany would cash in right after and take the belt off her, but that did not end up being the case.
No.
Tiffany came down. She acted like she was going to cash in, which fucking, like, she did it right in the middle of the match. It wasn't like the match ended. And she's running down to the ring with a referee when there's already a referee in the ring. So it's like, are we going to have two referees in the match now? Is that what's going to happen?
Like, you gotta bring your own. Norab, absolutely. My God, I couldn't have said it better myself. MGK sucks. Yes. Oh, and props to Corey on commentary for mentioning the fact that Kevin Owens powerbombed his ass off the fucking stage last time he was there, which that was when I was like, I really, really, really fucking love Kevin Owens. Like, I liked him before, but then he did that, and it's like, oh, dude, this dude's like one of the greatest ever. Love him. That was ultimate baby face shit right there. Ultimate.
He came out clapping after his performance, like, yeah, well done. And then MGK came up and tried to give him a high five. He's like, no.
Nope.
You can take that hand and shove it right up your ass.
It was good.
And then MGK was dumb enough to fucking push him. Like, oh, well, you just asked for it now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember that. That was good stuff.
Yep. One of my favorite Raw moments of all time, probably.
That was good. What else did we have after this? That debacle of a match. Drew McIntyre finally defeats CM Punk because there was no title involved. Seth Rollins and his obviously Teddy Hart inspired pants were the special guest referee for that match, and there was shenanigans with Rollins and a bracelet.
Like I said, Rollins did like I figured he would do and tried his best to fucking make this match about him, even though he was just a referee.
Yeah. I guess the bracelet was supposed to be like AJ gave him the bracelet and has his dog's name on it. I guess her name on it too or some shit. But
I think it was from like a fan or some shit. A fan made it for him and gave it to him.
It was from a fan who is now looking to get paid because the bracelet is being used in a storyline. Now she wants to get paid for giving him the bracelet.
Well, to be fair, I wouldn't put it past WWE to mass produce these fucking 15-cent bracelets to sell online on WWEshop.com for a low price of $28.99.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But you know what? That was good, Nora. Bayley powerbombing Nia. That was good.
Not good for her back, but it was good for the fans.
Oh, she's got plenty of. Well, you see what Bayley.
She couldn't put all just ass into it.
Well, that's her counterweight, so she's okay.
Yeah.
A forklift has a counterweight. She's kind of like a forklift.
Yes,
that's kind of what it is. Because a forklift got all that ass. That's all. That's just a big weight behind there. So she's like a forklift. She got that ass. More like a dump truck. I don't know. But,
and for the record, in the Punk and Drew match, I was the only one that went with Punk. So no win for me there.
Yeah, it was, dude. This is like the third match they've had, and I mean, listen, if they were in Drew's neck of the woods, he would have lost. I would not have bet on Drew anywhere overseas. But this was for no title. This was where you kind of had to bet Drew McIntyre was going to get the win. There was really nothing on the line except pride and a bracelet.
Yeah,
and a special referee.
It was Punk's first singles match back. Like, he's only been in the fucking Rumble, and then he got injured. So I really didn't think they were going to have him eat the pin on his first singles match back, but whatever.
Well, maybe they thought if he wins, he's going to get hurt, so it might not be.
Right.
Maybe.
They didn't want him to try to do the fucking go to sleep on Drew's big ass. That's why they had him hit fucking Rollins with it.
Okay, real quick, Gunther, Gaymian Priest. Gunther did defeat Gaymian Priest. I just almost said Gaymian Priest. Excuse me.
Yes.
Gaymian. That would have gone great with the hashtag he always trends by.
The ante is your ass. Ooh, well, Gaymian.
Gunther defeated Gaymian Priest to become the world heavyweight champion.
Yeah, with a little help from Finn Balor.
Also, we just stumbled onto a show title, so there you go. That takes time and effort out of.
And then Finn just had he looked like he was trying to push out the biggest shit he's ever taken.
Finn looks like that a lot when he's trying to be like the dark, brooding, badass guy.
Yeah, he's really not a badass. He's just an underwear model who can do flips. I mean, let's be honest here.
Yeah, he did the same thing on Monday that he used to do that I could not fucking stand. And it's like, don't start doing that again, Finn. Where like he hits somebody one fucking time and he goes, sticks his tongue out and growls and he looks retarded. And it's like, you don't have to do that every time you hit somebody, dude.
Oh, boy. Oh, Stephen Butler is asking, what the fuck? Stephen Butler, I've asked that for the past 6 or 7 shows. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, see? I told you. That's when I came on.
I don't even know anymore.
Of course, Smark's in control of the drops, so that's more of the what the fuck moments. That's probably what Steven was talking about.
That is true. Smark's in control of those. It is no longer me.
Producer, I don't know.
There, yeah. Man, we don't pay that guy enough. Cody Rhodes defeated Solo Sikoa, but wouldn't have been complete without Roman Reigns showing back up. I'll tell you, that was a fucking hell of a pop. Before he even hit the fucking ramp, the crowd was deafening with cheering for Roman Reigns. I mean, this guy left one of the biggest heels. He's coming back for the second time he left as a heel and is coming back as the biggest babyface in the company.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Great shit. Roman, and he came down. The whole crowd was loving it. The whole crowd was throwing up sticking their fingers in the air. It was great.
I wonder if he was supposed to run through Jacob Fatu and fucking Solo, but Jacob Fatu like broke his goddamn leg jumping out onto the announce table, so he just had to settle for killing Solo, I guess.
Yeah. It wasn't bad though. Wasn't bad, and
they didn't like.
Good.
I'm sorry. No, they was saying they didn't put out like any information about his injury, so like people were debating on whether or not it was like a work or not. But it's like it seemed like very obvious that he hit that splash on the table and then just like couldn't stand up, and then there was like a long pause before Roman came out. Like there was clearly supposed to be more to it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I've heard he's been seen in a walking boot since, so like he fucked something up.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it would be like significantly bad because I feel like the news would have already come out. So he probably got lucky that he only like kind of minor fucked himself up. But then again, who knows? He might actually be out for a minute.
Well, I think he was in a walking boot that night, which is what they would do to keep it braced for a night. Then after the swelling went down is when they would take x-rays. So could still be out for a while. I guess we'll all see in the next few days. But because you can't take x-rays if it's all swollen and shit. You won't get it won't read right. So
Yeah, I just wonder how shit's gonna play out now. Are they gonna do like a storyline where fucking Roman's got his own, the original bloodline, because he already had his shirt on, the OTC or whatever, original tribal chief, I think is what it's supposed to be.
Oh,
so now it's like, we're gonna have fucking 2 different strands of the bloodline here. The other one's gonna be Roman and Jimmy, and I don't know. I heard they got another guy coming in, Piccolo or some shit.
Yeah,
So you're
Piccolo.
saying that doesn't stand for over the counter?
Right.
He's sponsored by Prilosec.
I've been misled and misinformed again. Jesus Christ, I feel like Val Venus.
I gotta say that is a pretty shitty T-shirt. Like they were hitting pretty hard with all the Roman merch, like all of his merch looked pretty cool for a minute, but the OTC T-shirt just looks fucking lame.
Yeah, you guys bricked on that one. But yeah, it's like, is it going to be like two bloodlines feuding? Is it going to be like Roman joining up with Cody, and it would have been Randy and Kevin, but fucking with Jacob being injured and Randy now challenging Gunther for the title at the next pay-per-view, maybe it'll just be like Roman and Kevin Owens and Rhodes taking on Solo and the fucking Tongas.
I think they're going to do the Bloodline Red and Black, which might. I mean, they've got the Samoan Werewolf. Might as well be the Wolf Pack.
Yeah, they come on next week. Too sweet.
I mean, it's. I'm sorry, but it's right where the storyline is going right now. Is that way?
It's not going to be that bad. They'll be fine. I think they're going to be doing something for Survivor Series. They're going to be doing like one of those fucking war games. Survivor Series, good Bloodline versus bad Bloodline.
You've literally got two guys from the clique there that are fucking running this company now, and you don't think it's going to go the same way. You are a silly, optimistic little fuck. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know, man. I see it. I just see it going the same way, man.
That would be pretty great, though, if like one episode of SmackDown, like fucking Kevin Nash comes out with like obviously drawn on tribal tattoos.
He does. Yeah, I don't even think he gives a fuck enough to come on anymore, dude. It depends on what the check is for.
Right.
Well, then, okay, who else loves money and was in the Wolf Pack? Like, are we going to get, like, Conan coming out there, get Disco Inferno come out with fucking pretend Samoan?
Look, Conan was just on that WCW thing, so you never know who's going to come out at this point.
Braun Steiner's going to join up with them, and Scott's going to be out there as their manager.
Oh, boy. Cross should get the solo push.
Yeah.
Listen, as long as it's out there, I'm fine.
He needs to cut the hair too. Cross being like clean shaven with long hair, it just looks weird. Like fucking go bald, or just shave everything off like you were doing, and have a little bit of a fucking beard going. You looked like a psycho. It was convincible, like believable. I mean, yeah. I liked Cross a lot better back then. Dude can still cut a hell of a promo. Like either way, long hair, no hair. He's a good fucking promo. He's always been a good promo, in my opinion.
He's just trying to be like a weird, almost like a bizarre 007-ish character when he's got the long hair and clean shaven.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Smark.
I was going to say, I mean, I know that they weren't going to, and it didn't make sense because he already has his own stable, but I feel like what's best for him would have been just to fucking absorb him into that Wyatt family gimmick that they brought back. Because it seems like, I don't know, like Cheese is saying, he's a good promo, and he's a solid enough wrestler. He's not like a great wrestler, but he's good. He doesn't like fucking shit the bed every time he goes out there. There's no reason why he shouldn't be getting pushed, but just not working for the guy.
And the dude's like trained. He can be a real fighter even. So like he's got some fucking skill to him. Like he doesn't have to come out and actually kick motherfuckers in the face, but like he could, maybe broaden his moveset a little bit.
But they don't want that. They don't want a fucking killer in WWE anymore. It's like every time they try to do that, the next week they're fucking dancing or they're fucking losing or they're selling for fucking Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Every time they've got this big bruiser in there, they don't know what to do anymore. It's like they've forgotten how to push the big monster heel.
Yeah, Norb says him and New Day feud is working well. It's going all right, I guess. It's nothing like real big because, in my opinion, New Day has fallen quite a bit from what they were. But ironically enough, I was at the only SmackDown I've ever been to. It was the one in Detroit, and I was at that one where fucking Braun Strowman came out and. Uh-oh. Am I breaking up? Sadly, it was Box's connection, not mine. Anyway, I was at the SmackDown where Braun Strowman was dancing in the ring with New Day for the first fucking time. I was like, oh, cool. They've officially killed Braun now.
Yeah, good fucking. Like, I mean, I don't really take a lot of shit that people say, like, seriously, personally to heart or whatever, but, like, his whole thing during the pandemic where he was, like, getting mad at independent wrestlers for asking fans to help support him was, like, it was just, that hit me the wrong way. It's like, and he's just like, well, you know, you should make it to WWE. It's like, yeah, they should all just be born 7 foot tall and fucking 400 pounds. That's just,
yeah.
You certainly got there on your own merit. You weren't fucking handed a free pass.
Yep.
Yeah, doing strongman competitions.
Yep. It's funny you mentioned that because the wife's been watching a lot of America's Got Talent lately. I'll sit there and watch her with it because I don't fucking. It's not my thing, but at the same time, it's not like unbearable to me. I mean, fuck, I've been watching Dynamite for fuck's sakes, and I was bitching earlier because it's like so many of these fucking singers make it through, and like these people that have like practiced and worked really hard at whatever it is they're doing, this type of performance, dance piece, art, whatever the fuck it is they're doing. It's like they never seem to get past the singers. And it's like, oh, congratulations. You were born with a good fucking voice. That is so talented of you. You put a lot of hard work into being born with the right voice.
Have you ever heard of American Idol?
You're right. That was another thing I said to her. Like, why are there singers on here? I thought that's what American Idol was for. This is America's Got Talent. It should be a completely different type of fucking show. No singers.
I've said it for years since that show's been on. This show should not allow singers. It never should have been. When American Idol finally folded, and I don't think they're doing it anymore, now we can allow some singers. And it wouldn't have been like another singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it too, but you know, what do I know?
What do we know? Yes.
That show or care for that show in particular, but like my grandparents like it. So I've seen it like once or twice when I was like at their house. But how I feel about that show is like I feel like if it's not impressive if an adult does it, then it's not impressive if a kid does it. Because like to your point, like they'll have people doing like these dance acts or these juggling, these magic tricks and shit, you know, this kind of stuff that people have clearly been working hard on for years, and they're just hard on, and they'll just be like, nope, it's not working out. We're gonna fucking, you're not moving on to the next round or whatever the fuck bullshit. And then there's this like a kid that just like drinks a bottle of water, and you're like, oh, you're so fucking adorable. It's like, no, fuck that kid.
Right.
Fuck you.
Took a minute to click. Nora put up that date there, and I'm like, that looks familiar. Like, oh, that's the SmackDown. That was the date of the SmackDown I went to that I was just talking about.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, was it? Wow.
Yep.
2019. Wow.
Yeah, shit wasn't good back then, but my kids wanted to go do something different for like a Christmas present, and that was one of the things they wanted to do.
That's not too bad. We were about to go. The monster trucks are here next week. Right, 15 minutes down the road. I didn't realize Texas Speedway was fucking right down the road from me.
Oh shit!
And it's like $250 to fucking get me and the kids fucking there, and parking and tickets.
Oh yeah, everything's fucking expensive now, man.
Like this used to be $20 a fucking person. What the fuck happened?
Oh yeah, I think I spent like $50 per ticket, maybe a little bit more. So I mean, for me, my wife, and my 2 kids that I had at the time, because now I got 3. But for the 4 of us, it was a little over $200 after the fees and all that bullshit. And then I had to drive to fucking Detroit. It's like an hour drive.
Well,
and then you know, food, and my son got a fucking Fiend shirt with the fucking gloves and the mask.
That's where I got half of my paraphernalia that I got behind me here. Actually, that there's a U.S. title right in the middle there. That's where
Yeah,
I got that.
my daughter didn't get anything. My wife didn't want anything, and I ended up picking up an Elias World Tour T-shirt because he was actually doing like band tour style shirts and shit, and they had the dates and the cities and shit on the back. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pick this one up because this is one you can only get at live shows, and if he ends up hitting it big, this could be worth something. Of course, he didn't end up hitting it big, but I've still like barely ever worn the fucking thing. I think I've worn it twice.
And I have this too that I got at a SmackDown. This $20 belt.
Okay.
It's not an expensive one. It's a $20.
Yeah, I can tell. Like, it doesn't look like the highest quality.
No, it's not.
$20. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was $19.99 at the show.
I can't remember the last time I went to a show. Like, I've gone to a couple of shows fairly recently, but I never get any of like the merchandise because it's like, the fuck am I gonna do with it? Like, I'm not gonna wear any of those shirts out in public because I don't want to draw any extra attention to myself.
Right.
I usually go out. I promised my kid I would get him a belt, so I got him the belt. And I got I think that's all I got there. It was another show. I got the U.S. title. It was the same price. It was like $19.99. So
yeah, I've been watching WWE since I was like 8, and this was the first and probably only live event I've ever been to. I probably won't go to another one, but I think I might as well buy something.
I've been to a few. I've been to a couple Raws, a couple SmackDowns in Florida. I've been to one SmackDown here, and that's it here. I've only been to one show here.
Yeah, it was cool, but I did it. I had the experience. It's not something I really want to drive back down to Detroit and pay all that money for again. So that's why I say it's probably the only one I'll go to.
Not bad.
I used to go to a lot of them when I was a kid and I lived in Chicago. They don't do a lot of shows here in Chattanooga, so it's not. But I went to like one Raw, I went to one of the pay-per-views where it was like the match with Kane and Undertaker and Austin was the ref, and then Austin got fired. I forget what the pay-per-view was called. And then it was I got to go to WrestleMania 13, so that was pretty cool.
No shit. And then you've been to a WrestleMania?
Well, it was the best time to go too because I was a kid, so like I didn't have to pay for the ticket, and I actually believed that everything was on the up and up because I was like 6 or 7. So like if I would go as an adult now, I would be mad that I was like spending like fucking $400 on this dumb bullshit. So it was the best time to go, and that was the one with it's not really regarded as a particularly good show because most of the cards sucked, but it was the one with Bret Hart and Stone Cold with Ken Shamrock as the enforcer, where you had like the photo of Stone Cold with the blood trickling down his face that gets used a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, that's like one of my favorite matches of all time.
Yeah,
Bret Hart's ass. Bret Hart's ass.
Yes.
Right. Because Stone Cold's better. That's why.
CM Punk was actually doing a little bit of a Bret Hart tribute with his outfit. If you didn't notice, he had the Hitman colors on.
Oh, he's so original.
Well, it's funny because like he was wearing that, and they kept fucking making references to Seth being the referee, like fucking Michaels being the referee, and the fucking Bret and Undertaker match. Yeah, this is just like that match. Like, yeah, you're right, it is.
I didn't actually realize it until you just pointed it out just now. I was thinking about it. That's an awful lot of hubris for Punk, for somebody who's like had as many injuries as he had recently. Somebody who got a career-ending injury. Like Drew should have just kicked him square in the fucking head. Just been like, well, that's it.
No, you're really Bret Hart. Suck it, bitch.
That was so great. Like, I know we already talked about it, but like that was so great on the fucking Who Killed WCW, where Goldberg was like, I told him I was going to kick him in the fucking head. I don't know what his problem was.
Right.
It's like you kicked him in the fucking head. You were supposed to make it look real, not actually do it. Shithead.
Goldberg liked to make it as real as possible, and by that I mean he really liked to kick you in the fucking head. And then not take responsibility, not apologize, and to this day, still say it's not your fault.
Yep.
It's
bucket.
I mean, he had the stroke 3 days later. How could that be my fault?
It was 72 whole hours.
I mean, you
It's
know, he
old
might have.
hell, but I just saw it over the weekend. Like I was watching like just random wrestling clips on YouTube, and there's a clip from like one of those honky tonk man. I think it was like a U shoot, and he was like, Bret Hart said that he got mad at me for wrestling him because I didn't make it look good. I didn't even touch him. I was like, do you want to wrestle me or do you want to wrestle Goldberg again? He kicks you in the fucking head. And you have a stroke. Your dick can't get hard.
I have heard that before.
I remember that. I do. I remember you said it. Honky Tonk was a great interview because he's just sitting there getting drunk the whole time with his Gatorade bottle. He was like 5 Gatorades in.
5 Gatorades deep.
5 Gatorades.
Bret Hart went after Booker T, said the scissors kick hurt him. Everything hurt Bret Hart. You couldn't chop Bret Hart because it hurt his little nipples. Fuck Bret Hart already. Did everyone realize the guy's just a little bitch? Am I the only one who's realized this?
No, that's been one down thing of adulthood. When I was a kid, Bret Hart was my favorite wrestler. I loved Bret Hart. And then as I got older, I realized he's kind of a whiny bitch.
Does he look like a bitch?
Does he look like Marcellus was?
Well, why are you trying to fuck him like a bitch then?
He didn't look like a bitch back then, but yeah, like I said, I got older. It's like, oh, he does look like a bitch. Sound like a bitch.
Yeah, you know, the more I hear, the more I'm on team Shawn Michaels. I think Michaels knew what we all didn't. I think he saw him for what he was, just a whiny little bitch.
Yeah, he was a bit of a whiny bitch. Michaels was definitely a bit of a cocky prick, and yeah, those two things didn't go together.
Yeah, Michaels was a bit of a prima donna. He'll admit that. He'll actually tell you that he remembers being a really bad person back then.
Yeah. On Fred Everett's Rib said it was the first kayfabe commentary interview that he did, not the shoot with the Honky Tonk Man making fun of Bret Hart for not getting his dick hard because he had a
I mix him up. I'm sorry.
No, I'm impressed. He's on his shit. He's doing way more research than any of us ever do on these things.
Right.
Like,
he's pulling up dates from 2019.
Putting his back into it. I appreciate it.
Spitting fucking facts is what he's doing, my man.
Somebody has to be professional around these parts.
It's definitely not us.
Hell no.
Not us.
It's back there just ended dazing the fuck out of this research.
Speaking of unprofessional, we spent the first kind of part of the show talking about how unprofessional Britt Baker might be, could be, possibly is. Well, forget all that, because according to Mike Johnson, a PW insider, Britt Baker has landed a part in Cobra Kai.
Oh, no shit.
Yep. Season 6 will be coming up very soon. I need to watch this. I really need to watch this. I loved all the original Karate Kids. I get told I look like Ralph Macchio sometimes.
His cousin Ralph Cracchio.
Yeah. But she is going to be on Cobra Kai. She'll be in some of the fight sequences that were filmed before she returned at Forbidden Door. So for everyone that was like, where is she? Where is she? Where is she? She was fucking filming shit.
Nice. I love that she's going to be able to throw that in Mercedes' face too. Like, bitch, I've been in movies as well now. Suck it. I've been in movies. So have you. I'm a doctor. You're not.
Well, it's a Netflix series. Can you really say it's a movie?
Well, I mean, Mercedes was in the Disney Plus series, so I mean, it's kind of neck and neck.
Yeah, they're both in a series.
Yeah, but that was, I guess, you know what? They're both based off of very large franchises. So you know what? You're right. It's the same thing.
Star Wars is considerably bigger. I'll give them that. Yeah. Star Wars has been around forever. They definitely have a bigger following than fucking Cobra Kai. But Cobra Kai has been a little more popular with the younger people, whereas Star Wars not so much. I don't think these new Star Wars fucking shows and movies have been fucking terrible since Disney took over.
I've really only watched the Gen X3, I guess you could call them. That's what everyone called the Gen X3.
Yeah,
that's really
it's best to stop there anyway.
Go. My wife wants to sit the kids down one day and watch all of them in the right order.
Just skip episode 1.
Listen. I've watched.
None of the other ones are great, but that one was fucking terrible.
You know what? I lied. I did see the Jar Jar Binks one.
That's the one. That one was awful.
I saw that. I actually liked the little, not car chase, but whatever those little things they're driving.
The pod race.
I thought that was kind of a cool scene. But again,
that was the only scene a lot of people would give any credit to. Like the pod racing scene was cool, but the rest of the movie, no.
Again, I like shitty action movies with things that don't need to make sense. As long as there's some explosions, I'm a happy camper. I'm that guy. So it doesn't bother me one bit that Jar Jar was the most annoying fucking. I love how they actually made. You ever seen what is that show? Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yes.
Anytime.
One of my favorites.
Anytime anyone does Jar Jar, someone will just come up and slice their throat and kill them. Like, Jar Jar Binks. Yeah.
I don't remember that. That might have been after I stopped watching.
Wayne Brady was known for doing that. Wayne Brady was most known for doing the Jar Jar.
I'm Wayne Brady, bitch.
I love that show. I love that. Whose Line Is It Anyway? I like the original from England. That was when it was really good. With what was his name? Clive something was the. What are you laughing at?
Yeah, I'm programmed. You said England, and I immediately went to like Luke, and then went to racism. Where it's like name a profession, like slave owner.
It wasn't a fucking Benny Hill episode.
Chimney sweep.
Lorry cleaner. What?
A cobbler.
No.
Dietitian.
Oh, it was that. No, it wasn't. It was good when that guy was doing it. And then Drew took over, and then Alicia.
That's when I started watching.
When Drew took over? Drew Carey?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Those were the episodes I liked.
And then Alicia, what is her last name?
I don't remember. I know who you're talking about, obviously. I've seen a few episodes with her on it.
Tyler. Aisha Tyler.
Yep.
Aisha Tyler. She was in Criminal Minds for a good while there, too. She was even in Friends. She was Ross's girlfriend for a little bit.
Yeah, she was there for him.
Black one.
The only black character ever on Friends.
They brought her on for the special Halloween episode.
One of the few black characters on Friends. Yes, there were not many. Not many.
I think I don't know. I don't remember that much from that show. I didn't watch like every episode, but I think she was the only one that I remember ever seeing on any of those.
There were a couple more characters I honestly can't think of. She was probably the most prominent black character on the show. She was on the most episodes of the show, so
which I feel like is why I couldn't really get into Friends, because if that was me, I would have stayed with her. I'm like, all right, cool.
Oh
like,
my
she's
God,
she's not fucking cheating on me. Why not? Let's just fucking, and she could probably choke Rachel's ass out. So it's awesome.
Yeah,
she's gorgeous. She is gorgeous.
Yeah, I was probably a little biased. The reason I probably liked the Drew Carey episodes the best is because I loved the Drew Carey show. Like, I wasn't even that old when that show came on, but it was like, this is one of the funniest things I've ever fucking seen in my life.
I liked it too. I do not like that guy on The Price is Right. It's
no, that didn't carry over well.
They no pun intended. That didn't carry over very well.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize that. Yes, definitely no pun intended.
No, that show should have just gone off the air after Bob Barker. It should have been buried with Bob once Bob has not passed away yet, but that show should be buried with him.
Well, just like Jeopardy should have been buried with fucking Alex Trebek.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Pat Sajak was quitting. Does that mean they're going to kill the fucking Wheel of Fortune, or they're going to bring on a new host for that?
I believe his daughter might be taking over the show.
Oh, okay. It's a child of his. That might be acceptable. Like, I feel like anybody they tried to bring in to replace him, though, would just been like, okay, this is awful.
Good, Smark.
I was gonna say Bob Barker's dead. He died last week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay. I thought it was okay. Sorry, Bob. I gave you life when you should not have
it. Sorry, Bob. I guess you're rip.
Sorry, Bob. Well, that show should have been buried with you, sir. How's that?
Holy shit! He lived to be 99 years old.
Yeah, I was say he was damn near 100.
Yeah, well, he was born in December and he died in August, so he got damn close.
Him and Betty White both barely missed that 100th birthday.
Hold on a second. He got the closest without going over.
Oh, well played. Well played. Oh shit.
Did not mean to press that twice, but it still worked.
It still worked. They were still going.
My forehead just started sweating from laugh. Oh shit. That couldn't have been any better. Oh God. Any more dead Bob Barker jokes?
No.
No.
Even if there were, you might as well not even say them.
No, that was perfect. I guess we can move on from there. Let's see what else comes up after this story. I don't know how we went from Britt Baker and Cobra Kai. Oh, we were talking about old 80s shows.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's how we made it there.
It was a long route, but we got there.
It was. And look, and now we're turning back. Lucha Brothers. They are expected to leave AEW and to be signing with WWE. Now, again, this is not confirmed. Everyone, I think, is jumping the gun on this. I don't know.
I hope it works out that way. I mean, granted, they need to cut back a little bit, mostly Phoenix needs to cut back a little bit on the fucking aerials and the flips and the flops and all this and that. But I feel like if they work with it within the system, they can definitely be the best tag team. Because that tag team division is fucking rough in each show.
I think these two would actually be very good over in WWE. I don't know if they're really leaving, but I guess we'll see. I would prefer they stayed in AEW. I like these guys. I've liked these guys a lot. I hope if they take them, they take fucking Alex Abrahantes. He is the absolute fucking the epitome of a hype man.
Yeah.
Conan knows something. You're going to have to be more specific than that. I know something too.
Yeah, definitely. Like their style of wrestling now definitely fits AEW better than it would WWE. But like I said, I feel like they can tone it down a little bit to make it to fit WWE style a little bit better. I mean, Penta shouldn't have much problem at all anyway.
Yeah,
it's Ray Phoenix who needs to tone it down a little bit if he's going to go into WWE. But I mean, I've been a fan of these guys since MLW. And if they want to fucking like really get known and popular, I know everybody thinks like AEW is huge, but if you go to the WWE and you fucking really make your mark there, you'll be much more known and have more fanfare for you than you will in AEW.
Yeah, but there's a couple of things you got to remember. Once they do get to WWE, what inevitably happens to every tag team, they will end up breaking up. And then what do you do with?
Well, it depends on how long they're around. I mean, look how long it took them to fucking split up the Usos. I mean, I know they're twin brothers and they're Rikishi's kids, so maybe they made an exception. But also, fucking, they were just talking about on Raw, like, Nora brought up the fucking shit going on with New Day and Karrion Kross. New Day have been together for 10 fucking years now, I guess.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. But
Well,
my
not
other
only
problem.
that though, but like they're both competent singles wrestlers. Like the only problem is that there's a little bit of a language barrier, but like Pentagon, that's less of a problem with because he just has a natural charisma to him. But I mean, you could very easily put them with a manager, or more than likely, since they just love putting every fucking Latin person together, they'll probably be in like LWO or feuding with LWO. So it's something they won't have to worry about.
See, and that's the other stigma. Which one's going to be the next Rey Mysterio?
Yeah. Well, see,
It's already there because like Phoenix, like legitimately, I believe, like was like looked up to like Rey Mysterio. I mean, not that most fucking luchadors probably do, but he was like very genuinely. I think that's why Rey Phoenix is like part of like, Rey Mysterio. That whole thing. And what was I going to say? Yeah, but yeah, he like looks up to him and shit. Like, because we always talk about how they like to shoehorn and just make every Latin person that they have in WWE either the next Eddie Guerrero or the next Rey Mysterio. But with Phoenix, it actually works.
Yeah. And the language barrier thing could work out too if they do it like they were doing for Nakamura. I know you guys didn't watch much, so you might not even be aware of this, but they were letting Nakamura cut promos, and they were pre-recorded, but like just him in the back, and it's not even like they're not pretending that it's live. You know, it's fucking produced and all that shit. And he got to say whatever he wanted, you know, in Japanese, and they actually put like subtitles at the bottom. So like he gets to cut the fucking promo in his native language that he speaks well, and it just made everything come across so much fucking better than when he was trying to speak English. And it's like, man, if I just do this for any wrestler they get that's not real strong in the English department, it would be so much better.
I always wonder if they're putting the right words. Always wonder that if they're putting the right words. Oh, Norab has a theory. Okay, guys, grab your Alex Jones tinfoil hats. Here we go.
Fuck.
Did he misplace his tinfoil hat?
I got a foil balloon. It's gonna have to work. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Not even ballooned up. It looks like a hat. This is perfect.
Got a nice
I'm the
back.
fucking Pope.
My Norab says my theory is that Jose the assistant went to NXT in the past week and helped get the company contact with them. By them, he's meaning the Lucha Brothers.
This could be.
Okay,
I mean,
it's
honestly,
just
if I
theory.
had to-
It's not like a rumor or anything, but yeah, sure.
I feel
It's just
like,
an idea.
I feel like if I hit the right question mark, he's going to give me a star.
Could be.
Okay.
Oh, you get a mushroom.
So I'll take some of them. So there we go. We have a theory, a working theory. Go ahead, Smark. What do you mean?
I could just say honestly, like it's really getting to the point where, like we were talking before about like the card this week being like kind of dog shit for Dynamite. We'll talk a little bit more about that, I guess, because we already talked about it a little bit. But like, Pentagon is one of my favorite wrestlers. Like I've been a fan since fucking Lucha Underground. I like Phoenix too, but like I'm a big Pentagon fan, and just like I'm just getting discouraged because like not every week, but more and more the people that I actually want to see on AEW TV are starting to leave. Like they fucking Starks is probably gone. They're saying Lucha Brothers might be gone. I think they are gone. I think they're gonna leave. And it's just like more and more the people that I want to see are not on Dynamite or AEW television, and the people that I don't want to see fucking Roderick Strong every week. They're focusing more and more on people I couldn't give less of a fuck about. It's like, oh god, this is getting discouraging. And then like the card for Dynamite this week sucked, and like they keep fucking talking about this deal, the TV deal, the distribution deal, that kind of shit. And it's like I feel like this TV deal has been about to be announced for the last fucking 3 years. And every time there's like, oh no, it's coming. Like every week that they drag this shit up for it just makes them seem more or less and less rather legitimate. Like it fucking makes them look bad. It makes them look amateur. And like it's such a bummer to me that you can't come up with something to fucking keep the Lucha Brothers, because you can do so much with them. You can put them in a tag team. They're good singles wrestlers. They're good trios wrestlers. Everybody seemed to like that triangle, and they had them with that. It's like there's so much shit you can do with those guys, and yet you're focusing on fucking like the Acclaimed every week, the Elite every week, there's a bunch of fucking Roderick Strong and the fucking guy with the bull mask every week. It's like, who gives a fuck? Like, use the talented people. What is wrong with you?
Jericho, Mercedes.
Can I just say?
I mean, I get the Mercedes thing because he spent so much money to get her there. Like, she sucks. Like, she's bad at the promo. She's a good wrestler. Her feuds suck and her promos suck. She's a good wrestler. I get her being on TV every week because he probably spent a fucking small fortune on getting her there. But it's just like, oh, God, you need Roderick. And, like, fucking Roderick Strong, the thing is he's in that stable, and the stable is like the Adam Cole stable, the Undisputed Kingdom, and, like, Cole's not there right now, and they're basically just jobbers, so nobody really is about the fucking angle, because the angle that they had them like built around, it's not even existing anymore. So it's like they're just sort of in a purgatory. So it's like, what the fuck is the point of any of this shit?
Yeah, I mean, since I've been watching, which is only a few weeks now, well, I guess like as long as I've been coming on with you guys, I've been watching it, and I've yet to see Penta. I have not seen Wardlow. Still don't know what he looks like. Adam Cole, haven't seen him. One of the fucking female wrestlers, god damn it, I can't remember her name now. Jamie Hayter, never seen her. Used to hear her name all the time, never seen her.
She's been hurt. She's injured and is making her way back slowly. She should be back soon.
Okay.
She's awesome, but that's that one I can explain. And by the way, I would just like to say the continued Roderick Strong hate on this show just melts my heart, guys. Thank you so much.
No, I was fighting against that tide for a while, because his whole like the thing with Adam Cole, where he's like making him like do household chores, I thought was funny. But now like Adam Cole's gone, and now it's just Roderick Strong, a guy in a bull mask, and some fucking other loser who I can't remember. Yeah. Oh yeah. God.
Yeah.
Like again, fucking
Toro, like the white bull. Like you're not white though.
Maybe he is.
You're going to fucking move heaven and earth to keep Roosh on the roster, but you're going to let Andrade go. You're going to let the Lucha Brothers go. And now they have fucking Hologram. And, like, okay, I guess I don't know much about him, but apparently he was in, like, CMLL, and he's supposed to be really good or whatever. He looks like the most fucking early 90s WWF gimmick I've ever seen in my life. Like, he looks like he's about to wrestle the fucking Bastion Booger or that fucking guy.
He's the new Max Moon.
Max Moon.
He
there
looks
you go.
fucking terrible. He looks like a lamer version of Aerostar. Like if anybody remembers Aerostar.
That's who that was, yeah. When I seen it, I was trying to remember. I'm like, he looks like that fucking dude I used to see in MLW. What the fuck was his name? I wonder if that was him. Now that you say it, Aerostar. Like, no, never mind.
Aerostar, that's it right there.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. Mini Mantar. Mini Mantar. Laugh door on says. Smark, you were talking about the TV deal with AEW and Warner Brothers, and
any day now.
Well,
it's coming.
It could be sooner than you think, because according to the WBD, the Warner Brothers CEO, they are actually turning their TruTV station into TNT Sports. So this could actually be a good thing for AEW if they want to build their new station around AEW.
Yeah, if they want to do it for like a lower price, because from what I had just seen, WB reported almost $10 billion in losses last year. So I don't know how they're going to pay AEW very much.
See, I mean, I'm not even trying to be like cynical to be funny, but like I would genuinely be a little bit concerned if they're going to be putting them on what was TruTV. Mm-hmm. It's just because for the sake of like Fox did this. They had like the Fox Sports channel, and it became Fox Sports 1, and I think it's still in existence, but I don't think anybody much gives a shit about it. Like they have like one show, I think.
Well, like here in Detroit, all the Tigers games are played on FS1. Or at least they were, because they had a deal with Bally Sports, and then their deal went to shit. So you couldn't even watch it on FS1 for a while, but I think they're back on there now. They worked out a new deal. But yeah, you have to have a step up in your cable package if you're even going to get that, though. So, I mean, if that's how it's going to be for this other network that they're making, then that might cost them some viewers as well. Because I feel like, aside from what Dave Meltzer thinks, I think some poor people watch AEW too.
Oh, I'm sure. And I mean, you can still watch on the app. You can still watch so many ways, but it's not going to make a difference in your ratings, which is what the only thing that seems to be what any social media wrestling fan judges any company by now is suddenly it's all about the ratings. That's it.
And the key demo.
Yeah, and the demo and how much money they drew, and how I again, it's baffling to me. I don't have stock in the company. I don't advertise with the company, so the ratings mean dick to me. I mean, I know it's what keeps a show on the air, but according to even TBS, they're happy with the ratings. So
and they must be getting the fucking sponsorships they want. Even with those ratings, that's the only thing.
Maybe Tony Khan is their dealer. I don't know.
It's just like Blue Chew ain't kicking our door down to sponsor us because we don't get a whole lot of listeners. But if we got more, you better bet they'd be like, here, cut this promo with Connor or Conrad. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
They've got.
Oh God, we really had to go back to Conrad and Blue Chew, huh?
They've got DraftKings,
Yeah, true. DraftKings is everything. Bet Rivers, that's another big one.
So, my last little
actor.
For my last little bullshit piece of news, guys.
Ooh, okay.
I'm so glad Cheese still has that fucking thing on his head. That balloon.
Mm-hmm. It's staying there all for the rest of the show now.
There's a Oscar-nominated director in talks to put out a Hulk Hogan movie called Killing Gawker.
I thought it was going to be called Killing My Own Career.
Yo, homeboy! Welcome to the hood, brother!
It seems like, according to Deadline, Academy Award nominated director Gus Van Sant is reported in talks to helm the feature titled, again, Killing Gawker, with the Artists Equity Studio set to produce the movie. Now, that studio, Artist Equity, was actually founded in 2022 by none other than Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Did work with Van Sant on Good Will Hunting. So that was not exactly a flop of a movie. And also he worked on Milk with Sean Penn. So
seems like you could also call the Hogan movie that.
Maybe
Sean Penn.
That's a different movie also. Now, if you guys remember, Hulk Hogan got an incredible amount of money for this. It was actually $140 million. Gawker said they can't afford to pay that. They eventually settled out of court with Hulk Hogan receiving $31 million out of the deal. And the article and clips had to be removed from Gawker's website. So they are actually planning on making a movie about this. My question is why?
Well, I mean, it's off to a better start than I thought. I thought it was like a biography about Hogan. I'm like, if this doesn't end with him banging Bubba the Love Sponge's fucking wife and dropping N-bombs on the phone, I'm going to be pissed.
It could.
Just like I watched that fucking Paige movie, and like there was no scene where she's getting banged by Brad Maddox and snorting coke off Alberto Del Rio's dick. Like, man, this is a fucking ripoff.
You know, it was all The Rock's fault.
Fucking sellout.
That's the sequel. They make a made for like just straight the red box. Fighting with my family, dude.
Yeah, part 2.
Say Paige had a red box.
Well, yeah. I mean, have you seen the size of wood?
That's why they called him Xavier Woods.
Fucking lucky she didn't get Hogan's fucking thermos in her.
That could
Colonel Rob Parker.
Movie.
She could fucking take it out halfway and play jump rope with it.
See, I gotta give Wood some credit here because like you have all these like old guys that are talking shit about like people all the fucking new wrestlers being lame because all they do is play video games. It's like, man, he knows how to multitask. He plays video games, fucks random women, gets PhD. Like his schedule is packed.
Got a PhD at night. There's a little DP.
He's got it down, man. He's got it down. He's got the schedule worked out, man.
A little DP followed by some PS3.
There you go. It's a multiplayer.
Luckily, DDP is in there.
ODB was there though.
Uh-oh, with some TNA.
Yes.
Stick it right there, AEW.
Her A&P.
Put that up, you piggly wiggly.
AIDS is a killer that does not discriminate. All of
See, sometimes the situation is just perfect for those. So,
boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think she's right in the middle of saying something.
So our connection was
the
fucked
Hogan
up.
movie.
Yeah.
A what?
I actually have so many questions. Like, okay, who do you get to play Hogan first off? Because like you're going to have to, if you're making this realistic, you're going to have to get like some white guy to like say the N-word. So who wants to ruin their career that way? First off, and then like you're gonna have to like they're gonna show some of the sex scenes.
I can only think of one guy who's willing to do that, and that is the one and only Quentin Tarantino.
I was thinking Edward Norton. Ed Norton started his career off that way. I mean, it should be safe. He's getting older now. He's probably old enough to play Hogan.
Who could play Hulk Hogan nowadays?
He played the Hulk. I mean, come on.
You know what's scary? That was on my list. I watched that today. That Edward Norton one. That was in the background today. I watched it on my computer while I was working.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I did.
Irony.
I love Liv Tyler. What can I tell you? What can I tell you?
Hell yes.
Oh, the crinkling sound is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. Oh fuck! Who could play Hogan? Seriously, all right. You'd have to go with Chris Pratt. That's probably who they would start with.
Yikes!
That's probably who they would start with. They would go from him to who else could jack up? Jason Momoa.
I thought you were going to say Jack Black, and I was like, I'm with you.
Jack Nicholson.
That Borderlands movie got a fucking 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Way
Jesus.
to go, Jack Black. Way to fucking go. Tanked a fucking movie with the stupid band that's not even a real band, you dumb fuck.
Yep.
Trying to be funny. Trying to be sensational and fuck.
No, he was he wasn't the one that made the joke. That was Kyle.
I
He got all
know,
mad at him.
I know, but he might. Maybe if he didn't react by laughing hysterically at it and then try to apologize for it, it might not have seemed so disingenuous. That's all I'm saying.
Also, they're a silly, goofy comedy satire band. So, it was obviously some comedy.
They literally has a song about fucking storming City Hall and like taking out the elected officials so that they can rule the world / country. Like that was on the first album. Their whole thing was like, well, not their whole thing. I'm not gonna say their whole thing was about like assassinating the president. That's not true. But they have a song called City Hall that was on the first album. It's like about how they become like rise to power and then they end up trying to kill each other.
I will say I wasn't offended. I actually laughed at the joke. I thought it was funny, but I could also see where something like that would get you in a lot of trouble. So
also, I don't think it's politically motivated. I am somebody who is a fan of that series of video games, and like I saw the trailer and I was like, "Oh, this is total fucking dog shit." This is everything I was scared that the Fallout series was going to be, and luckily wasn't. So thank God for that. But yeah, it was like that looked like dog shit from the fucking jump.
Yeah, that Fallout series was actually really good.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But yeah, I had no good feelings about the Borderlands movie at all.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's funny. We were talking about Jack Black a few weeks ago, and I'm like, he's probably doing a movie with Kevin Hart. Then it tanks.
Oh yeah, we were talking about who could play Hogan. I was just like backtracking everything in my head. Like, fuck, how did we get here now? What were we talking about?
We're actually talking about Hogan doing a movie.
Yeah. Who would play Hogan? That's how we got into Jack Black.
I mean, let's be honest. Why would you not just have Hulk Hogan play Hulk Hogan?
I think it should be Jason Statham.
Oi. See that N-word?
Brother.
I can speak Cardi. No one will know what I'm saying. Oi.
Ooh. Geez, who do we know that has long hair and doesn't care for minorities?
Doesn't care for minorities? Oh, Luke Birch.
There you go. Just Hulk Hogan.
Just don't see Hulk Hogan with that accent, guys. It just doesn't work.
I feel like G Wiz could do the voice better though, for Luke and Hogan. He's also a guy that's got long hair that we know.
Why is Jay White in the Hulk Hogan movie? This is so weird.
I think the only person you can get play Hogan is Hogan, and I'm sure he would only. From rumors I heard, is he's thinking of suing them now for trying to make the movie, and I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah. What about Dolph Lundgren?
SBC's been throwing names out here. First he suggested Husey, then he suggested Triple H, Nathan Jones, now Kurgan as Hogan.
No, I like Cheeze's idea. Could actually work.
Dolph.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yep.
But his voice and his speech would be so different. I don't know.
It's funny that Nora mentioned Nathan Jones because he's actually in movies.
He is. Mm-hmm. He was in. I think he was in the Mad Max. The last two Mad Maxes, I believe he was in.
Okay, I know I've seen him in a movie called The Protector.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck, what was the other one?
You know when it's him. I mean, there's just this huge menacing guy, bald motherfucker running at you, and he's a scary looking dude.
Yeah, I forgot how fucking big he was.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, the movie I've seen him in, he was fighting a little Asian guy, so that helped.
Oh, poor Jet Li.
Mm-hmm.
No, fucking Tony Jaa. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's fucking badass. Wish he would have fucking caught on more. He was in one of the Expendables, I think.
No, he was in Triple X, the third one.
Oh, was that what it was?
Yeah.
I could have swore he got like a small spot in one of those action fucking movies.
I don't remember. It wasn't Tony Jaa. It was the other guy. Not Tony Jaa. Not. For some reason, I just thought Don the Dragon Wilson. That's going back to the 80s.
The first Ong Bak and The Protector. Those are two of my favorite martial arts movies of all time, and they were Tony Jaa flicks.
Let me look up Triple X 3 and see what the Return of Xander Cage. Let me see what that fucking guy's name was.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, what was the second one?
Donnie Yen. I think he might have been the one in Expendables 4.
I would look some shit up on my end, but I can't because I'll drop the call if I do.
That's all right. I'm looking here. You were right. It was Tony Jaa in that movie. That was Dave Shaw. They were, you know what? They were both in that fucking movie too. They were both in that movie too. But that okay. Now I know who Tony Jaa was. He was the guy,
the other Asian guy.
He was the guy on the boat that helped them out in the end in the movie. Okay, now I didn't realize that was Tony Jaa. I like those Expendables. They're good movies.
Yes, I've seen the first one, and
actually, I got an idea.
Part of another one.
Smark had an idea. Do we have a dump button?
Okay. So, well, it's racist, but not how you think. So,
racist is just not horribly racist.
Well, no, I'm saying we flip it, right? So, like, okay, we were talking about Disney earlier. Disney loves, like, casting, like, black people in roles that used to be, like, white people, and then it causes a controversy, and then, like, 3 people more see it than had originally intended, and the movie still sucks. So who has a penchant for, like, being in shitty movies? Okay? We have Hulk Hogan, played by Kevin Hart. Like, it's the ultimate revenge on Hulk Hogan.
I knew you were going there. I mean, in that case, let's just get Ving Rhames.
What's Eddie Griffin up to these days?
Nothing.
I know that dude disappeared.
Him and Kathy Griffin, both their careers tagged.
Well, we know what happened to Kathy.
I'm saying the 2003 Hulk. That is Eric Bana. You're thinking of who played the 2003 Hulk actor. That is known as the shitty Hulk movie. In my opinion, that was Eric Bana. Eric Bana also did a movie with Drew Barrymore called Lucky You, where he was. This was in the middle of the poker boom, and he was a poker player with Robert Duvall as his father. Awful movie.
Yeah, Eric Bana doesn't do much good.
No.
I didn't even like him in Troy.
I didn't even know he was in Troy. Those are the only 2 movies I could name that Eric Bana has ever been in. Hulk was his first movie, I believe.
No, that would explain it.
I believe that was his first movie, and that movie was awful. Thank God for who was that? Jennifer Garner in there with him?
Jennifer Connelly.
My God, I could look at her all day, but I mean, you know.
Yeah, even fucking what the fuck's his first name? Tim Roth. Even he couldn't save the fucking movie as Abomination. Well, he's a damn good actor.
That was the Edward Norton one, which I like that one.
Oh, okay. I'm confusing them then.
Yeah, that's the one I saw today.
Okay.
The Eric Bana one had Nick Nolte as the bad guy.
Okay. I just remember the bad guy fucked the roll up, and I just mixed up the bad guys or the actors.
Yeah. Tim Roth is a fucking badass. Tim Roth is a badass.
Yes.
There you have.
All right. Let's get an AEW. Dynamite.
Yes. We're almost at 2 hours already.
Dynamite's not going to take that long, I don't think.
Right. It was a thing. It happened. It wasn't great. See you guys next week.
We'll talk a little. We got a few things to get into. First of all, we had this MJF. We had MJF come out. Him against Kyle Fletcher. Holy shit! I just didn't need to see this week. Kyle Fletcher does not impress me. Is my problem. He's plug and play a Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
Same guy. I wouldn't know him apart if you didn't fucking announce him. How's that?
Aussie Roddy.
Exactly. Same shit. The match ended the way an MJF match does. The ref gets distracted. MJF ends up hitting the low blow and wins the match with the ring punch.
And then fucking Kyle refusing to use the screwdriver when he's supposed to be part of the fucking heel squad or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's going to result in the rest of them beating the shit out of him, and then somehow it ends up with him joining up with fucking Will Ospreay again, and there's some kind of stupid-ass tag team match down the road.
And they made a big point to mention that was the same screwdriver Kenny Omega used.
Yep.
They made a point to tell you that. They did. They did. Then Mariah May was out there for her match.
That went way too long.
Never won way too long. She was up against Viva Van, who I had never heard of.
I thought maybe it was supposed to be Vivian, and they just fucked it up.
No, it is Viva Van. And I decided to look her up. She has worked for Impact and a few other companies. But she is known for being the first ever female professional wrestler of Vietnamese American descent who actually raised money to fund the construction of wrestling rings in the first wrestling school in Vietnam.
No shit. Boxman's got Tony Storm running around the background. Stop talking about Mariah May.
Hold on a minute. You guys, give me a second.
He's got to get
Yeah, so what I liked about the match more than anything was just that, because we talked about that part about it, and it was pretty cool, the spot that she did. All right, I think he bought it. We're good.
Would have been.
Oh, nothing.
Boy, you're talking about my pants. Yes, they're Christmas pants. Leave me alone.
Hell yeah.
Didn't even notice that. I'm going to have to watch that on the replay.
I do. I have on Christmas Story pants. They're very comfortable. Back away. But yeah, that was this match here. This happened.
It sure did happen.
It did. We got
we all watched it, but I like the idea of us just like not watching 1 week and then just trying our best, but doing very poorly at like pretending like we did. It's like, yeah, that match ended the way that all MJF matches do. The referee rang the bell, and then
well, that is how every MJF match ends. This one ended a little different. Mariah May did end up getting the win, but then she gets a picture as a gift, and it's a picture of Tony Storm holding Mariah May, and then on the back it says, "Die, Mariah, die." And that was not nice. And then we see Tony in the ring, and we did a pretty decent pull apart actually between the two.
It would
That's stupid though, because right from the get, the fucking referee's like, "No, get back, get away from her!" Like, get the fuck out of here. The match is over. You're supposed to be gone, and then like the jumping happens, and it goes on for a minute until the other refs get there. You don't go in and fuck it up right from the get.
Well, Chris Statler could just come out and beat all their asses.
That's fine.
Well,
I'd watch that.
Then we had now this is something me and Smark were talking about before the show, the Jack Perry video.
Oh, yes.
There's a couple different versions of this Jack Perry video. I realized one is great and hilarious. The other is just the Jack Perry video.
Mm-hmm. You have in my possession apparently like the Snyder part of the Jack Perry.
I must have really not been paying attention.
Well, Smark has the funny version. I have the real version. We can decide which one's better.
Well, okay,
Sounds
you say
good.
real version, but like your version aired on Fight TV, so like it's legitimate. But like this version actually aired on the TBS showing
On television.
Like,
you're right.
It's all over
You
Twitter.
got the actual. Yeah, you got the actual show.
So, like, okay, they're doing the Jack Perry vignette, and something interesting happens, and it's not the best quality because I got it off of YouTube. Somebody filmed it on television, but is going to avoid a copyright strike. So here we go. Check it out.
Everything in life has a price. The question is how much you're willing to sacrifice for it.
Why take less when you can get a beefy 5-layer burrito, a Chalupa Supreme, a double stacked taco, and a drink for just $7? It's Lux for less. Introducing the $7 Lux Cravings Box, only at Taco Bell.
Right in the past.
I did nothing to that footage. Mid-vignette, they aired a fucking Taco Bell commercial, and it's all over Twitter. You can look it up, of just people making fun. Like, AEW had to post the actual vignette on their Twitter like an hour or two later because it just got completely ruined with the fucking Bell commercial, which, funny enough, actually was, like, really good timed or really thematically appropriate, because this whole thing was like, how much would you be willing to sacrifice? What's the price you'd be willing to pay? And it's like $7 for the new Taco Bell. It works.
That was an accident. No, it wasn't. We're getting more money out of Taco Bell.
I had it queued up, but it looks like I missed it. Hold on. I was gonna, because I have the Fight TV version, which, give me a second. I'm almost there. Almost there.
Not to be a horse, but while you wait to pull that up, SBC had one more suggestion. Ron Perlman as Hulk Hogan. I'm down for it.
Oh,
yes.
God. That would make Hulk Hogan pissed too. Isn't that guy gay?
Oh, is he? I don't know.
Hulk Hogan would not appreciate that.
I could confirm that I haven't fucked Ron Perlman, so I mean, I don't know.
Right. No Ron Perlman sex this way.
All right,
it's too much of a beast for me.
Smart's no help. Beast.
I don't want to go to hell, boy.
No way. All right. Okay, I do have it.
Very good.
I do have it now, and I will go here. I will present. I will share screen, I guess. Can I share VLC? There it is. Okay, share.
Box is presenting to Smark.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. I can make that bigger. That should help. There we go. Okay.
However, we are not there. Nope. Still not.
Oh, you're not? You're not hearing it?
Try playing it again. I think the audio started to come through. Hold on. Try a little bit more.
Okay, hold on. You hearing it?
Everything in life has a price. The question is how much you're willing to sacrifice for it. Those who shape the future carry the burden of destroying the past.
Where'd they find all these tube TVs?
Pawn shop.
The fuck
That
out of
was
here.
the real. That was what I saw on Fight TV. Was that? So I saw the whole video.
No, what did that have to do with him being a scapegoat?
It all started with the CM Punk stuff.
I know, but like the whole fucking premise of that that promo, basically, like it had nothing to do with him being a scapegoat. Just like, oh yeah, I gotta destroy the past to create a better future or some shit.
I'm not quite sure what the whole thing has, but whatever.
All I know is I really want a fucking 5-layer burrito for some reason.
I was gonna say, I think that's your problem. Is you're not thinking outside the bun.
Yokiro Taco Bell.
I I really hope that they fucking, as much as they love like breaking the fourth wall and doing all this like wink wink nudge nudge shit, I hope to God that somebody's fucking eating a taco next week on Dynamite. Like, especially if it's Jack Perry, like they cut to him and he's like has like a mouthful of a burrito or something.
And he's breaking the fourth wall with fourth meal. That's like fucking 8 things.
You just made me nervous when you started the I thought you were going to go, ay.
Technically, I'm allowed to do that.
No, you're allowed to say yee-haw, fucker. All right. Oh, that's what you're allowed to do. Why is my daughter still awake at 10:30 at night?
Well, my biological father's Mexican, so I'm like sort of like kind of I am to Mexicans what Mackenzie Dern is to Brazilians. So it's like kind of, but not really.
Oh shit. Oh, good. A Mackenzie Dern reference. You're getting that tits talk warmed up already.
I think she was on the UFC that just happened too, so it all ties together.
Anyway.
Okay, what was the next fucking match?
Oh no!
Yes.
First we had Darby down there in his fluffy pink. We had fluffy pink Darby Allin cutting the promo on Jack Perry backstage to rebut this wonderful video.
Yeah, I did see that part. Forgot about that.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
Yeah,
maybe I was like fast forwarding through commercials, and like his promo started up, and I couldn't tell it was actually the show. And then it went to the Taco Bell commercial, and I'm like, oh, it's still on commercial. And just fast forwarded right through it.
Box and I were talking about it before the show started. It's kind of what happened to me. It was like I was like fast forwarding because the match had just ended. I didn't want to fucking watch 3 minutes of somebody just standing in a ring not doing anything. So I started fast forwarding, and then like I hit a Taco Bell commercial, and it's like, what Jack Perry promo? I gotta fucking go back and watch.
Well, then we had now. Cheese, you brought up something last week, and they really did it this week. Everyone's having a nickname.
Yep.
Bad Apple, Brian Keith. We had the wrestler, Shibata. We had Dax the Axe come down.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's getting worse. I swear, if you didn't bring it up, I don't think I would have caught it. So thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. Glad I could make it a little worse for you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Bad Apple Brian Keith came down with Jericho and Big Bill on commentary against, as I said, the wrestler Shibata. He did make Brian.
I thought it was going to be Mickey Rourke at first.
Yeah, that would have been better.
That would be pretty cool if he started using the Ram Jam.
That fucking hat he's got, Brian Keith comes out, and I immediately think of John Turturro and fucking Secret Window. I'll burn your life.
This is between me and you, Mr. Rainey. Nobody else needs to get involved.
I nailed your dog.
That's a great
movie.
That was actually,
yeah, it wasn't bad.
that was pretty good.
I like how the cheating bitch. Sorry, spoiler alert. I like how the cheating bitch got her head lopped off at the end of it and buried in a fucking cornfield or corn garden, whatever.
That was good. That was good. Okay, I'm gonna fucking lock this door because I'm sick of the fucking dog getting in here.
Fucking Tony Storm, get out of here, Tony.
Just press the button and then it goes up and he can escape.
Right.
I'm gonna go put her in the wife's room. Give me a sec. I'll be right back.
Very good. I was gonna say, add Brian Keith to the list of people I was complaining about earlier that I don't want to see on TV. While the people I do want to see on TV are leaving.
Yeah, I don't want to see Brian Keith. I don't want to see Chris Jericho. I don't want to see tall Daniel Bryan. Not that he wrestles like him. It's just I looked today. I was like, Jesus Christ, The way he's got his haircut, the way he fucking dresses sometimes, the way he like stands there sometimes, it like reminds me of Bryan Danielson. So it's like, oh, he's just like extra large Bryan Danielson.
That is true. And they feuded for a moment there in WWE, so it's like the two worlds collided.
Yep.
I don't know how to feel about the Jericho thing because I like the character, but like I don't ever want to see him wrestle again, and I don't care about any of the feuds he's in. So it's like it's a weird impasse. Like the character's fine, but like I don't want to see him in feuds.
The fucking Jericho and commentary name dropped Meltzer for fuck's sakes.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. He's bitching about his broken finger or something. He's like, even though I got a broken finger, Meltzer still gave us 4 stars.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep. And I still got 4 stars from Dave Meltzer or some shit like that. He used the full name Dave Meltzer and then dropped that they got a 4-star match between him and the other fucking grandpa.
Yeah, wonderful. Wonderful. So was that it for the Jericho thing?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, Hook came back.
Yes, Hook did come back. That is 100% right. We did get to see Hook. He would return to even the odds and goes right for Jericho. There was rumors he might be WWE bound. It looks like he might not be. Looks like
Taz probably isn't happy about that. You dumbass. Well, actually, he probably just took a bunch more money out of Fatoni, so he's like, never mind. Well done, son.
Mm-hmm.
You're still young enough. You can fucking get a shot at WWE down the road.
Yep, he could do a 2-year contract, 3-year contract, and still have plenty of time to go to WWE, NXT, wherever he goes after that.
Yeah, milk Tony for all you can, real quick.
Oh yeah, we have a backstage segment with Orange Cassidy and Renee Paquette. God, she looks good in leather.
Cassidy's right.
What?
The SBC's right. He says we need more Baron. I guess Baron Corbin on AEW would have made the show better. I mean, it couldn't have made it worse. So that's all.
I thought he meant Red Baron pizza. I'm hungry too.
Baron Corbin actually probably wouldn't be so bad over AEW. But oh my god, look, this guy is good.
I think I might start watching WWE again if that happens.
They got him paired up with Apollo Crews for fuck's sakes. So that's who he's paired up with right now. Yeah. It's like, oh, that's not going to go anywhere.
No, it's not. But neither is he. If he wasn't a Triple H project, he'd be gone by now.
Right.
That's my opinion. Orange Cassidy says his teammates aren't there. Darn you, Hurricane Debbie. And but he's still going to do it. He's got a couple of local guys to help him out. So anyway, then we get Renee backstage again right after that with Hangman Page. She went right after him like, bitch, you haven't won a match since you came back. And he's like, oh, throw that in my face. And then literally he threw out, Hangman did like 5 wrestling cliche, like wrestling promo cliche lines, but said absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Welcome to Hangman Page promos.
I was like, what in the fuck is he talking about? Does he even know what he's talking about at this point?
I don't think he cares.
Whatever.
He seems disinterested.
Talk about disinterested. We had this Swerve and JR sit down, and I couldn't stop.
This was just depressing.
I couldn't stop thinking JR looks awful here.
Yeah.
His shirt looked like it was 3 sizes too big. His neck is skinny. He's talking not good. And I'm just.
His face just looked bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's time. I love JR, but it's time. It's time. It's time for JR to go enjoy his life and not have to work anymore.
Yep.
Pay him, Tony.
Pay
him to stay home.
Maybe he wants to do this. I don't know.
He was just in the fucking hospital not too long ago. Like he couldn't have been out of the hospital for more than 2 weeks.
I'm pretty sure he had a wrist brace on during the segment.
I mean, he's always in the hospital. He's falling. He's getting hurt. It's time to just.
You're sentencing this man to spending more time doing podcasts with Conrad.
You know, call Missy Hyatt. I don't know. Do something, but dude, it's just like Flair. I don't want to see Flair on television anymore. I just want to remember Flair for how good he was in the ring, and that's it. I don't want to see crazy old man Flair making a fool of himself anymore, and I don't want to see JR out there. It saddens me.
Yeah.
It saddens me. That's all I'm saying. Was a great, Swerve Swerve basically said the same, came out and said the same thing right to Bryan Danielson's face at the end of the night. But Swerve was fine, but I couldn't stop thinking, my God, JR looks so bad.
Yeah, like I said, that was a depressing interview just because of JR.
Yeah, it was. Then Orange Cassidy comes on down, and of course he's got his local boys, he's covering up his shirt, and then he rips it open, and it's FTR. They have returned, folks. They have returned.
No, I haven't seen them since WWE. Did they just recently put on that weight, or have they had that for a minute? Because they were more of a FTR.
Was she a great big fat person?
Dax definitely. Dax looks like that's the reason they have the Taco Bell ad. What's his name? Cash didn't look too bad. Didn't he? Looked like he'd had a few beers before he came in, but not. Dax looked 20 pounds heavier.
Yeah. I haven't seen them since WWE, so I wasn't sure if this was like a new thing or if like they've been slowly like just fucking getting larger.
Slowly, I guess.
I mean,
they haven't been there in a while. The rumor was they were going back to WWE.
The rumor that was tryout, fucking Dax couldn't run the rope more than 3 times without needing a fucking donut and a smoke.
We were talking about this in the group chat, but like your question like spurred my memory and of just like the time where FTR had a podcast for like a month, and the entirety of the podcast was just Dax talking about the times people hurt his feelings, and like we would read the transcripts, and I would just like Box would have to do it because I would be laughing too hard at just how
It was pretty rough. They were pretty bad, but I mean, look. Dax didn't look great, and Cash has been facing a possible gun charge that's finally just got released. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going on with those guys? But I don't think they were. I think they got a quick call to come back because no one could make it to the show because of the travel plans. But that's my opinion.
Right.
Anyway, we had the Acclaimed come out and.
This is great. This was my favorite FTR moment of like all time. In WWE, in AEW, all of it.
Oh, this was great. Max Caster's mic didn't work, and Dax had an improv, which
the literal worst person on your roster to cut a impromptu promo.
I mean, let's see. You've got Roosh out there. Not going to be him. Mortos, I don't think he speaks. Robbie, hey guys, what are you doing? No, that's not going to work. He was the only one that could do it. I mean,
I would argue that Roosh cutting a promo in Spanish like would have been a lot better, or just bull mask guy grunting would have been better because it's great because like you said, like Caster's microphone doesn't work. Dax decides that he's going to be the one, even though he's not even the best promo on his team. Not saying much for the fucking Cash dealer, but like he's at least somewhat passable when he talks. But Dax is like, so he's like, all right. He starts off well enough because he's like, man, the microphone people, the people in the crowd, none of us want to hear you talk. That's why your microphone doesn't work. So it's like, all right, you're doing good. And then he fails to land the plane because he's like, and so all right, well, you know what? I'm not as eloquent of a speaker as you are, so let's just ball. Like, it's amazing that he literally mid promo was like, guys, I don't know how to fucking cut a promo. Let's just each other for like 2 minutes until they go to commercial.
He should have just brought up his family and his daughter, and it would have just been fine. Just the same.
He literally admitted in the promo that he doesn't know how to cut promos. It was the most amazing shit. I was like, this is great. I thought this was going to suck. No, it's a great episode of
that. After the greatness from Dax, we do get another pull apart, which actually wasn't as good as the women's, but whatever. Then we get Christian and the Patriarchy backstage. They were pretty good. They have their newly won trios titles. Christian announces that House of Black and the Bang Bang Gang get to have a match on Collision to decide the number one contender who they will face at Wembley. We pretty much talked a little bit about this already with Camille and Mercedes. Camille comes out for her 2-on-1 handicap match, which I don't think AEW will ever call it that because that's just offensive.
I know they're not going to anytime soon, but like they really just need to give her own music. Her coming out to fucking with Sasha to Sasha's music, it's already fucking. I'm over it. I hate that music enough as it is. It's not getting over with the fucking crowd, so they're just gonna fucking try to jam it down their throat. Like you're gonna hear it every week, whether she's wrestling or not.
Well, I'm just tired of her winning, and then we have to listen to Mercedes talk for 5 minutes. Like I said, I was so thankful to Schiavone for getting his ass up and saying, TK has overrode that suspension. And then we heard Britt Baker, who, thank God, Britt Baker was via satellite, so everything from Tony Schiavone on was fine. Then we got this main event, guys. Jeff Jarrett, Bryan Danielson, anything goes. Special guest, which really was special commentator, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who my absolute favorite wrestler of all time. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Awesome. Fucking awesome. I could see, I believe he does live in the North Carolina area, so that's probably one of the reasons he was there.
I would hope so.
Yeah, but just absolutely one of like my all-time favorite wrestlers, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Jarrett comes down, guitar shot before the match even fucking starts, and the match went everywhere. They were up in the food court. They were everywhere. Fucking security was on the fucking ball. They wouldn't let anyone get near those two guys.
Yeah. Why the fuck was that even like that, though? Like, they were just like buddy. And then for some reason, Daniel Bryan came back with an attitude and told fucking Jeff Jarrett we're going to have a match. And that ends up an all-out brawl through the arena. Like they've had fucking months of beef and this is their first time getting at each other. Like, what the fuck? What's going on? Why?
And then a handshake hug at the end.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck did we just watch?
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking trying to unnecessarily kill both of them. Jeff Jarrett, who's up there in age now, and Bryan Danielson, who's going to come out there as a mummy eventually because he's going to have so much of that fucking tape on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's more CT tape than man. Christopher Kane asked basically what Cheese was asking is like, why did this happen in the first place? I guess like the idea was that it was supposed to be Jeff Jarrett was trying to get Danielson to take the match with Swerve more seriously and like everything that's at stake and whatever, get his head in the game. It's a world title match. He wasn't being as committed to it as he needed to be. That's why Danielson announced he was going to retire if he didn't win the match. So, but like, okay, it makes sense that like Danielson's going to be like, all right, if you want to see how committed I am, I'll prove it to you. But like at the same time, yes, why the brawl? Like why the Falls Count Anywhere match or no DQ match if that's not going to be the match that he's having with Swerve? Because as far as I know, it's supposed to be just a regular singles match.
Right, but Jarrett was trying to prove to Bryan Danielson what he was about to go through with Swerve. And Swerve even said, if you think he just fucking killed you, think what I'm gonna fucking do to you. That's what it was for. That's what it was about. The whole thing, I totally get. The way the storyline got put together was fucking in shambles. I totally understand that. But this is what it was for, all in the end. Look, Jeff Jarrett did a no DQ match in order to put Bryan Danielson through the hell and the brutality that Swerve is going to put him through. That's what it was for.
Okay, yeah, I guess I can get that. I didn't think about that, but that makes it a little less horrible and more understandable.
I think that's where they were going. I might be wrong too.
There was one thing I wanted to point out real quick about this. I don't know, like I watched the fight version for the last hour of the show. I watched the regular version for the first hour of the show, which I assure you was all through legitimate means. But anyways, yeah, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat on commentary, and Jeff Jarrett has Danielson in a figure 4, and like Tony Schiavone or somebody's asking him, he's like, "Yeah, Ricky, you would know for a fact that this move really hurts," and he's like, "Yeah," and I'm going to use a term, and he pauses for a second. He goes, "And that's a shoot." It's like, okay, so if you're suggesting that the figure 4 hurts for real, wouldn't that imply that the other holds don't hurt?
Right.
Kind of just straight up on commentary being like, "Man, this shit is fake." It's like, I didn't expect that to come out of your mouth. Like, he seems like one of those guys that's like real committed to keeping kayfabe, but like not going to rip your head off if you use a term around him and you're a fan. Like, he's not like militant about it, but he seems like he's somebody that keeps the old school traditions alive.
Well, he is a family man.
True. Ain't no doubt about it. He's a family man.
His song tells you that he is a family man. So.
Loves his wife and kids and does the best he can.
His real name is Dick Blood.
How bad is wrestling, or was wrestling at the time, if that was his gimmick, where it was just like, unlike the rest of these guys, he's not out here fucking cheating on his wife and just begging random whores from town to town.
Attaboy, Ricky Steamboat.
Ricky Steamboat, he's the only one that can pass a drug test. That's why he's on our roster. Steroid trial. What steroid trial? Ricky, get out there right now.
He probably was at that time. Probably was the only guy. Christopher Kane says Jeff Jarrett can't go anymore. Jeff Jarrett hasn't been able to go in a while, but I've said before, I just love the fact that guy can go out there and fucking work the audience the way he does.
Yeah, he needs to just be a manager.
Yep. He should just be a manager. We even had a little Karen Jarrett out there last night. Not for long, but a little bit.
She came out like, "Jeff, don't hurt him."
I'll say this, though, about Jeff Jarrett. We've said this multiple times, so it's not like you're breaking new ground here. But, like, nobody has gotten more out of what he has to offer than Jeff Jarrett. And I mean, like, that's a compliment and insult simultaneously, because, like, he's managed to parlay a fucking lifelong, like, decades plus, probably about, what, 3 or 4 maybe decades of just, like, getting paid from every fucking company, left, right, and sideways, with just being sort of a middle-level talent.
Yeah, he's usually like a bad omen for companies. That's why, like, when I first heard he was coming up there, I'm like, "Oh, well, that's the death nail in AEW right there."
I mean, he's never really changed his gimmick. I guess he did a little bit after the really horrible white shirt thing, and then he picked up the guitar and got the country boy thing going and
slap nuts.
That's slap nuts, and yeah, that became big for him, which I still don't believe that became big for him, but it did.
Right.
And I don't know. Jeff Jarrett just, he definitely a mid-card guy, but
you know what was fucking peak Jeff Jarrett? Was Jeff Jarrett in TNA when I forget who he was feuding with, but he did a fucking promo or a vignette where he went to like a child self-defense class and was like putting kids in submission holds and making them tap. Like, that was the most amazing shit.
That was Double J MMA.
That fucking ruled. He was like,
that was Double J MMA, and those were some of the best fucking segments ever when he was doing all that Double J shit. That was fucking awesome.
There's so many, just like, it's not necessarily good for the company's like overall success, but just for our enjoyment. There's like so many of the older like former WWEF guys going to TNA and just completely fucking off and just like goofing around. It just like a lot of this, like the Kevin Nash shit when he was doing the I Spy Productions, he was like making fun of like the cruiserweights and shit. Like, it was great, the stuff he was doing with Alex Shelley. Like, that was great. Like Booker T just not caring like when he was on commentary and like him fucking around the whole like time for the main event Mafia. That was fun. Like there's just so many instances of just like guys going TNA, just not caring and collecting a paycheck, but like making it so entertaining.
Yep.
Yeah, Norab, that was when Crimson came out as the younger brother of Amazing Red. Holy shit. A while back, man.
Fuck yeah.
That was a while back, man.
That's when I was watching TNA.
Yeah, I was too. I think many more people were at that time. It was on actual television.
Was it, I guess, the Dudleys? I remember like somebody was fucking picking on Crimson, or not Crimson, but Amazing Red. He was like, I'm going to come out here with my brother.
Get who it was, too. I think it might have been the Dudleys. I think it might have been Bully, whatever the old name at that time. But this is all I got. I'm done. I got nothing. You guys got anything else? Yeah. We've been on here a while.
Yeah, so we've been 2.5 hours almost. We've been live. So, no, I don't got anything.
All
right. I got an angry wife in the other room, probably.
They're fucking 2 weeks out from the pay-per-view. And that was the show that they gave us. Like, maybe want to start promoting some of the other matches that just aren't the title matches that you've already announced. Because, like, fucking time's ticking, boys.
They got a couple weeks for that. Stop worrying.
Fucking 2 episodes of Dynamite and 2 episodes of Collision that no one will watch.
You'll be fine. It'll be all right. You'll see. You'll see. Well, all right. I guess we got nothing else, folks. I will be back here Saturday night talking Dragon, a Bruce Lee story with Jason Scott Lee and Lauren Holly.
Okay.
Good movie. I've talked Bruce Lee a long time ago with Anthony, like I think it was one of our first 3 or 4 shows, but I've never actually talked this movie. And I watched it today, and I figured, what the hell? Might as well talk about it. It's a movie I really like, so I'll talk about that movie. And that'll be right there. Mixler.hollywood or hollywoodhangout.mixler.com, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, so 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time when I'll be around. And that's it for me. You guys got anything else? Anything to say? Anything to do? Anything to not?
No. All right. Go back and listen to last week's Hollywood Hangouts. All 3 of us were together watching Twister, talking Twister. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. That was a great one. Twister, that's such a great movie, man. Still, it's just, and I still can't wait to see the new one. So that's going to be a good one. That one.
That's all I had. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, that one is up online anywhere you get your podcast from, and you'll see that there. So, all right, folks, we'll be back here next week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here, YouTube. You know where it is, Wrestling Outlet. Did you watch the Quest with Gene? Quest? I have not seen that. The last Van Damme movie I watched was Darkness of Man, the new one from this year. Have not seen the Quest yet. Guess what? I have it.
Surprise.
I have it. It's in my Van Damme folder. But I will check that out. And that's it, folks. Back here next week. Greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you then.
Ta-ta.